Q103, Albany's rock station. We are live at Rock and Derby. Our first interview of the day. Very happy to have the guys from All That Remains. Well, we got Phil Labonte from All That Remains. How are you?
Good. It's nice to do interviews without bands actually playing on the stage right now.
You know, we got other interviews lined up later on today. I know Hailstorm's going to be on. Yeah, it's going to be tough probably to hear everybody. So we're glad we got you here early and able to do this. This is cool. Springfield, Massachusetts, your hometown?
Originally from where we're from, yeah.
And how's everything been going with the band? You've been how long you guys been playing now together?
17 years now.
Wow, 17 years.
Started in '98, and things are going good. We're working on our 8th record right now.
When do we expect that to be?
That'll be first quarter next year.
Oh,
so
cool.
We haven't started recording yet. We're just working on the writing process. We'll start recording in June, and then June and July we'll be in the studio and get it out, and then the whole promo thing that the label has to do, and hit the road. Hopefully we'll hit the road in the fall.
The Order of Things was the last one, right?
Came out about just about over a year ago. It was in February last year. So we try and get them out every 2 years or so. So we're looking at probably like February or so for the next one, which is yet to be titled. So.
Cool. Well, what do you think about being under the umbrella of the new wave of American metal? I was asking John Campbell from Lamb of God yesterday about that, and he seemed cool with it. I mean, what do you think of that title?
Well, it's cool. I mean, the thing is that, like, the new wave of American heavy metal started, so long ago. You're talking about something that now arguably it started 15 years ago, maybe or so. Or at least that's when, like, a lot of the bands like Killswitch Engage, Shadows Fall, All That Remains, Lamb of God, God Forbid, Bleeding Through, As I Lay Dying, all these bands were kind of starting at the same time. So there's been a lot of changes for some of the bands. There's some of the bands aren't around anymore. Some of the bands have kind of moved on to do different stuff. So I mean, it was a cool start. But anytime you come up with a trend, which is what it was, you either have to branch out and break the mold of the trend, or else you stand a good chance of going down when the trend kind of goes down. Which is why a lot of those bands, they're not around anymore. There's only a few of us left. There's Lamb of God, Killswitch, us, and most of the other bands, like Unearth still plays, but most of the other bands that kind of came up at the same time have either broken up or they'll do a couple shows a year, a couple, 1 or 2 weeks a year, or whatever, but it's not their full-time gig. So being able to break the mold and branch out from starting in a scene and starting with a trend and being able to make a career out of it is probably the coolest thing about coming up with the new wave of American metal,
No doubt, and great to see you guys still going strong.
Cheers, man.
I got to catch you guys about 5 years ago, New York City, the Jägermeister tour with Hell Yeah, Buck Cherry, and the Damned one.
The Damned Things,
good show,
awesome.
Good tour.
Awesome.
You guys influences now. I've heard everything from Cannibal Corpse to Metallica, Maiden, Pantera, and I'm a big 80s hair metal guy.
Sure.
You're into the 80s hair metal?
Yeah, some of it. I mean, I like Guns N' Roses. The bigger bands of the 80s hair metals. I like Def Leppard a lot. I like Guns N' Roses. My stuff was more the heavier stuff when I was younger, like Cannibal, Entomb, Grave, Carcass, a lot of European style death metal and stuff like that. Metallica, obviously.
Yeah.
The thrash stuff that was coming out in the mid to late 80s, I was into and stuff. But nowadays, I don't listen to a ton of metal. It's got to be something pretty compelling. I like Bring the Horizon a lot.
Great band.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of new stuff that I listen to regularly. But again, to be honest with you, I don't listen to a lot of music regularly anymore. So.
Well, you mentioned Guns N' Roses. So, what do you think about the reunion with the core members?
I think it's great. I think they're going to put on great shows. I mean, they've all been doing this for so long. They know their craft backwards and forwards, and they know how to put on a great show. I haven't heard Axl singing with AC/DC yet. I know that it's online and I can check it out, but I'm interested in seeing it, but I haven't had a chance to really kind of sit down and listen. But it seems to make sense to me. I can't imagine Axl not being able to hit those notes.
Yeah, he's sounding good. He really
his voice is that raspy high pitch that AC/DC is pretty known for. So I think he's probably going to do all right. And I can't think of anyone that would be a better fit for that has the name. You can't just get Joe Schmo that sounds like AC/DC to come up and sing. It's got to matter.
Yeah, and I mean it's sad, the whole Brian Johnson thing, but I mean it's the hearing issue, and obviously the band wants to continue. It's a money-making machine, AC/DC.
When you're in AC/DC, you play a show, and it's not like you're wondering if there's going to be people there.
No, exactly. They're going to come out. All That Remains going to be on the Rockin' Stage, 4:30 this afternoon. Also, Oh, I want to mention Anthrax is headlining later on. You know the guys in Anthrax well?
A couple of them. Not really well, but I know a couple of them.
Cool. They'll be headlining 9 o'clock tonight, but you guys going on around 4:30. You've been doing the festival thing, right, for a while?
We've done a lot of the radio festivals. We've done, over the course of our career, we've done most of them. You know, Rocklahoma,
Rock on the Range.
Rock on the Range. We've done like 4 times or 3 times. We've done Carolina Rebellion, the Jacksonville, Welcome to Rockville, Jacksonville.
They're popping up all over in the U.S. finally.
Yeah, we're doing the one in Chicago open air, which they're modeling after like the
Vakken open air,
and the European festivals and stuff. So that'll be cool. So we're no stranger to the festival scene and stuff. So we've been in them for a while, but it's a lot of fun. You get to see a lot of people that you don't get to see regularly. You know, a lot of bands that you'll go a year and a half without seeing some of your friends and not even realize. It's like, oh man, I haven't seen you since 2.5 years ago, or whatever. You're like, wow, has it been that long? So it's a cool time to catch up and stuff.
So after Scattercook here and the Rockin' Derby, where do you head next?
I think we're going to Rochester.
Okay.
We're playing out in Rochester. It's out in western New York, and then after that we go all the way up to Portland, Maine to play a show on Monday, and then back home to get back in the studio and keep writing and get ready to go out to LA and record.
Well, we look forward to the new material from the guys, you and the guys next year. That's awesome. Well, thanks for popping by the broadcast table. Looking forward to your set, 4:30 this afternoon. It's going to be All That Remains on the Rockin' stage here at Rockin' Derby. There's 3 stages, over 40 bands all this weekend. Phil Labonte, thanks for joining us today, man. Good to see you.
Cheers.